Encounter 6. The Disappearing Dogs. One of the most heart-wrenching and mysterious encounters at Skinwalker Ranch with Sherman family involved beloved dogs. The Shermans had 3 blue heelers, loyal and protective animals that had always been a part of their life on the ranch. These dogs were more than just pets, they were part of the family, trusted companions who would alert them to any danger. One night, after a particular unsettling day of strange noises and sightseeing on the range, the dogs became agitated. They barked furiously, their attention focused on something in the distance. Terry and his son went outside to see what had the dogs so riled up. The night was pitch black, and the only light came from the stars above and the faint glow from the house. The dogs took off toward a wooded area at the edge of the property, barking madly as they went. Terry and his son grabbed their flashlights and followed, calling for the dogs to come back. But the dogs ignored them, running deeper into the trees as if they were chasing something invisible. As they neared the tree line, Terry saw something that made his blood run cold. In the beam of his flashlight, he caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure moving between the trees, something large and fast, but impossible to make out clearly. The dogs were still barking, but their barks had taken on a panicked, almost desperate tone. Then, just as suddenly as it began, the barking stopped. The silence that followed was deafening, oppressive. Terry and his son called out to the dogs, but there was no response. They searched the area for hours, calling their names, shining their flashlights into every nook and cranny, but the dogs were gone. It was as if they had simply vanished into thin air. The next morning, Terry and his son resumed their research, combining the entire range for any sign of the dogs. They found nothing, no tracks, no blood, no indication of a struggle. It was as if the earth had swallowed them whole. The family was devastated. The dogs had been their protectors, their friends, and their loss was felt deeply. The disappearance of the dogs was perhaps one of the most disturbing events for the Sherman family. It wasn't just the loss of their pets that haunted them, but the way it had happened, without any trace, without any logical explanation. It was as if the range itself had claimed them, taking into whatever mysterious force was at work there. In the years that followed, the disappearance of the dogs would remain one of the many unsolved mysteries of Skinwalker Ranch, a place where the normal rules of reality seemed to break down, leaving those who lived there with more questions than answers.